It's time for Cleveland to be a winner. I'm Virgil Dominic, News Director of TV8, and we've committed our news department to spreading the good word. So you'll be hearing about the positive side of Cleveland from us. Sure, we'll continue to cover all the news, and we'll keep up our leadership role in troubleshooter and investigative reporting, but we'll also be shining a new light on the good news that happens in Cleveland. And we believe it's time.
WJKW TV8 Cleveland. Time now for the 8 All Night News Summary. The American hostages in Iran have entered their 16th week of captivity, and a new obstacle may stand between them and freedom. Iran's President Bani Sadr told Greek television Saturday that the Americans may go free only after the United States undertakes its obligations to Iran. Earlier, Bani Sadr had hinted that the hostages could be freed once an international commission had begun investigating Iran's grievances against the Shah. State Department officials won't comment on Bani Sadr's apparently toughened stance. Americans who have just returned from visits with the embassy militants say they don't believe the hostages will be released soon. The delegation's leader says there will be no freedom for the hostages as long as the U.S. refuses to admit it was involved in the alleged crimes of the deposed Shah. A foreign ministry official in Oman says his country will provide military support facilities to the United States, but he says Oman won't allow any U.S. bases or American troops on its soil. U.S. officials have sought a military foothold in Oman because of its location at the gateway to the Persian Gulf. China has accused the Soviet Union of trying to use India to strengthen its position in Afghanistan, and a commentary by the official Chinese news agency claims the Soviets made a crude attempt to estrange India from Pakistan and divide the subcontinent. There's been no response reported from the Kremlin. Ronald Reagan has emerged the winner in Arkansas's elections of delegates to the Republican National Convention. The former California governor picked up 7 of the 19 chosen. Senator Howard Baker of Tennessee garnered 5 delegates, including one who switched from an uncommitted stance. Another Republican test begins in Puerto Rico Sunday, the nation's first primary. The winner of Sunday's race will reap 14 delegates committed to him at the National Convention. Former CIA Director George Bush and Senator Baker are considered frontrunners. Ronald Reagan is not entered. More rain fell in Arizona Saturday night, but Governor Bruce Babbitt says the worst appears to be over. Torrential rain sent floodwaters roaring through the Phoenix area on Saturday, forcing thousands of residents to flee their homes. 2 people drowned in Arizona. 1 died on a rain-slicked California highway during 2 days of flash floods. Chicago firemen must report to work Sunday morning or face dismissal. The firefighters walked off the job Thursday in a contract dispute, and they ignored a court order to return to work on that day. A contempt hearing is set for Sunday morning, brought by the city against the strikers. In basketball news, Austin Carr came off the bench to toss in a season-high 32 points. Kenny Carr added 19 last night to spark the Cleveland Cavaliers to a 123-104 victory over the Detroit Pistons. The Cavs hit 15 of 22 from the field and racing to a 36-23 first-period lead. Kent Benson topped Detroit with 18 points. In other basketball finals from yesterday's action was Utah 121, New York 102, Philadelphia 100, and Chicago 92. In the National Hockey League, Buffalo 4, Detroit 3, Toronto 5, Hartford 3, Washington 5, Vancouver 3, Montreal 8, Pittsburgh 1, Atlanta and Minnesota skated to a 2-all tie, Boston 5, Colorado 3, and Los Angeles 1, the New York Islanders nothing. That's the 8 All Night News Summary. PM Magazine meets the director of Cleveland's free clinic, David Roth, on Monday. And now Now we continue 8 All Night with Distant Drums.
Make time
Daddy, you're home early.
for Happy Days again.
No, I'd say I got here just in time.
This whole thing reminds me of As the World Turns.
It's Fonzie, Richie, and the whole gang.
This is a mother's nightmare.
Well, life goes on.
It's Happy Days again.
Or
Happy Days again, Monday at 5:30, right here on TV8.
It's They Went That Away week on the TV8 4 o'clock movie.
I must go.
My dear woman, just be thankful you're alive.
We cannot stay here.
On the draws fire. If I don't, at least you'll be watching me.
Gregory Peck stars in The Stalking Moon on the 4 o'clock movie Monday.
Look for the best in basketball action when the Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Washington Bullets, February 21st at 8, live here on TV8.
The Cavs take on Washington Thursday night at 8 here on TV8.
On Monday's PM Magazine, we'll meet David Roth, director of Cleveland's Free Clinic. You'll see how this young man turned his dream into a life-saving reality for thousands. This is Jim Finnerty.
And Kathy Bruguette. Then we'll meet the long-standing superstars of rock, Fleetwood Mac. You'll see why they're #1 on the charts and with their fans when we catch them in concert on Monday. Join us.
Monday at 7:30 on TV8. WJKW TV8 Cleveland. Entertainment on 8 All Night continues now with Rat Patrol.